keep my hand to the side so you can see my face. Hi. So I've got some peepers over there. It's Sunday, and the Dota Major just ended. Unfortunately, VP got second, which I am a little bummed about because they worked really hard to get to the finals. They went from the lower bracket and they played 3 games every single series because they would lose the first game and then they would need to win the next 2. Basically, I've been home, pretty much all the time while sick, and I'm coughing a lot, and I am trying my hardest to focus on resting and just letting myself recover. But today is just so beautiful out. It's 70 degrees, it's sunny, it's perfect. So I am a little tired because I woke up at 5:30 to watch VP's first series. I'm obviously not sleeping well still because I would wake up randomly and start coughing pretty strongly, or it would just be difficult for me to fall asleep because I would have chest pains. I'm a little surprised, honestly, that my chest doesn't hurt that much today because yesterday it was pretty painful from coughing so much. This kind of sucks because I really wanted to see the doctor, but my doctor isn't open on the weekends. I was wondering if by the time tomorrow happens, maybe the coughing will have gotten much better, where I might not even need to see the doctor anymore. But I still think maybe it would be a good idea too, because it just seems weird for it to be this strong again when it has been almost 3 weeks. So I wanted to go play fetch with Rylai, but this time I have a frisbee and I suck ass at throwing the frisbee right now. So I need a lot more practice, but I wanted more open space like Barona. I played a little bit with her along the driveway yesterday, but one time I felt like I threw it into the neighbor's yard, but luckily it was on our side. So I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to play with her on the concrete either because her paws looked a little bit red afterwards. So I want to bring her to Barona. This will be her first time running to that degree. I guess yesterday a little bit, but this will be a bit more intense since her recovery. And I'd say it looks pretty good. She slept in the crate yesterday, and it's not like it looks any different, so she doesn't know we're going yet, but we will go. I don't want to leave just yet. So I pretty much just walked. My car is all the way down there. And I actually normally fetch on the other side of this field, but there's a lot of cars there. There's people playing all over the place today, which is a shame because I don't normally use this side. There's nothing wrong with it, I guess, just taller grass like this. And from what I can tell, at least, which is good, I don't see any bugs on her yet. Otherwise, that would not make me happy. I figured it would be a really nice idea to stay a little while longer and sit and enjoy it because, I'm not out here often, and it is a gorgeous day out today. So nice. And even if I'm not feeling up to it and I'm a little tired, I wanted to be out. I wish I could have a backyard like this. Think about how easy it can be to just be like, I want to go stare at some land that's not my freaking neighbor's house and just enjoy it. I had to cancel riding today and I'm sad about it, but on Thursday, it was just not good on my coughing, so I knew I was still coughing today, and even if it at times subsides, it's still pretty bad, and I know my insides won't be feeling good. I won't be able to ride at my best, so I canceled, but today would have been the perfect day to ride. And I thought about that because those horses right down there, they are still small at 50mm zoom. I already gave her water. Oh, I do wonder if she'll chill out enough for a second session, but I don't know if I want to push it. Now we are taking a stroll in a different area, and maybe it will be a very nice and long walk. I don't really know where this will take me. I'm a little concerned about just walking where I want because I don't want to trespass, and I don't really know what is the border of someone's property, you know? This seems like people were off-roading. If you can take a look at the ground, you can see over there. Probably best not to go towards the houses, so I'll just keep walking down this way. Okay, forgive me for my ignorance. I am not well versed in snakes, and I know the snake is fucking tiny, but I am not fond of snakes, and I noticed it barely, so I don't know if I feel like crossing it. It looks harmless, but I don't think I've ever seen Rylai react to a snake before, and I'm sure she would freak out seeing it slither towards her. So perhaps he will turn around and walk back the other way. Puppers, you want to come this way? Come on, pups. Let's go. Fuck. All right. I go get me some food and drink. I will be back. Did you hear me barking at you? Burp. Burp. You're funny. I'm still dying. Ugh. I need to pick up my sushi. So BRB. So, on the way back from Verona, I decided to pick up some bubble tea again. And also, I have sushi. I started craving sushi because I have these two models that I watch YouTube videos for once in a while. And one of them did a what I eat in a day video, and she had sushi, so that kind of got me craving it today. I have been a little bit bummed about the fact that I just shouldn't exercise, and I was trying to strike a balance where sometimes, I don't know, I've been thinking that I'm coughing, and I kind of feel like that's it, but sometimes my level of coughing is really bad. Like earlier when I was waiting for my sushi, I felt like I was coughing my insides out, and it felt so bad. But at times it's tolerable, but it's really random. So sometimes if I'm working out, I feel like it's probably not a good idea, especially because bronchitis has to do with my lungs. And if I'm breathing harder from exercising, and if there's air passing in faster or more frequent, or more frequently, then it could possibly make my coughing worse, or it might just not be good for my recovery. So I am trying to accept the fact that all the progress that I've done these past few weeks is going to go away because I just haven't been exercising, and I also haven't been eating well, in the sense that I'm not eating as much as I normally do, because I think normally when you're sick, you just really lose your appetite. I'll try not to focus so much about that. I should focus more on being healthy again, instead of caring so much about not exercising, and oh, my freaking figure is gonna start going downhill or whatever. I'm gonna head home now. She is very tired. I'm sure she wants to rest. You guys know they rarely lie next to each other. Well, Sammy's always on the top, but Milo is usually the one cuddled up with Samuel. But today, Milo is usually the one cuddled up with Rylai. But today it is Samuel. So, I just spent some time playing Sekiro. And this is a game that I only heard of because of some Dota personality talking about it on Twitter. So you guys know I've been trying to be more curious about games that are not the ones that I'm used to or familiar with, and I want to try out other games more. So I've been playing it for a little bit tonight, and this is a game that, well, I'd say this is a game genre that I am not familiar with at all. I have very limited experience with other types of games, so an action-adventure game, I think I have very little to none. When I read the reviews for this game, I knew that it would be frustrating because of the combat mechanic and kind of, you would just be dying a lot. So basically, I've been playing it for, I'd say, 2 hours, and it's interesting to learn, but obviously very frustrating because at least earlier I was doing a general maybe 20 times.
I'm staging a comeback!
You gotta play flawlessly, and it can be hard at times, especially when it's hard for me to tell when a certain attack can be parried, and I would just get hit by it. And the interesting thing about this game is that I feel like there are hardly any healing mechanics, so you get to heal twice. For me right now, at the point in the game that I'm at, I get to heal twice, and once I use those up, I can only resurrect once at half health, and then you die, and then you have to start over. So it's very tough. And then earlier I was getting a little frustrated because I did a segment of traveling and moving and killing enemies to try to reach an objective, I would assume you would call it. And I thought I had gone far enough for it to save, but I died, and I guess it didn't. So it's tough because that segment felt like it had more than one mob that is pretty big and hard hitting, and it just takes a lot of repetition and time. So I'm not sure if it'll be a game that I continue to play, but I'm sure I will give it more tries. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to say if I enjoy this type of game enough to suffer through replaying the same segments over and over until I do it flawlessly. Still interesting to try it at least. I'd say overall today has been a pretty decent day. I'm sad that the Dota major is over, but I have a couple more weeks until my brother is here, so I just have to heal up, resume exercising once I'm healthy again, and I was very, very happy to go to Barona. Overall, I just really hope that this upcoming week I don't have to take any sick days. I am still contemplating whether I should go to the doctor sometime this week. I think it'll depend on whether my coughing is bad tomorrow and whether, of course, I get any more fevers, which I don't think I will. So I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, and I will finally record a closing to my video because I think it's hilarious that I abruptly end the video sometimes. So here, you guys will know the video is now ending. Goodbye.